Ford dealerships are in trouble, and they are desperate to offload inventory. Some of their most popular models, once flying off the lot, are now sitting unsold for months. But why is this happening? Are prices too high? And more importantly, should you take advantage of these deals? Or is there an even bigger price crash coming? In this video, we are breaking down the 7 Ford models dealerships are desperate to sell, and by the end you'll know exactly which ones are worth buying and which ones you should avoid at all costs. Ford Explorer. Once a dominant force in the sport utility vehicle market, this model was a top choice for families, adventure seekers, and daily commuters seeking a balance of space, power, and versatility. With its 3-row seating, spacious cargo area, and strong towing capacity, the Explorer once dominated the mid-size sport utility vehicle segment. However, recent years have not been kind to this once reliable model, and now dealerships are struggling to move their inventory. One of the biggest reasons for the Ford Explorer's decline is its rising price point. Over the years, the cost of owning an Explorer has steadily increased, making it far less accessible to the average buyer. A fully loaded Ford Explorer now exceeds $60,000, pushing it dangerously close to luxury territory without necessarily offering the premium build quality, technology, or reliability that buyers expect at that price point. Even lower trim levels, which used to be considered affordable family options, have seen significant price hikes, making them harder to justify against more budget-friendly competitors. Price alone, however, is not the only issue plaguing the Ford Explorer. The sport utility vehicle market has evolved significantly, and the Explorer is struggling to keep up with its more modern and fuel-efficient rivals. Competitors like the Toyota Highlander, Hyundai Palisade, and Honda Pilot have introduced more advanced driver assistance systems, superior interior materials, and refined ride quality, all at a lower cost. While the Ford Explorer does offer some appealing features, it no longer leads the segment in technology, performance, or value. Another major issue dragging down the Ford Explorer is its declining reputation for reliability. Over the last several years, the vehicle has been plagued by recalls, ranging from transmission failures to electrical malfunctions and faulty rear suspension components. For a model that competes in a segment where long-term dependability is a major selling point, these issues have severely damaged consumer confidence. Many potential buyers are simply unwilling to take the risk of frequent maintenance issues and costly repairs. Adding to the problem is the massive inventory buildup at dealerships across the country. Ford, like many automakers, overestimated post-pandemic demand and produced far more vehicles than the market could absorb. As a result, dealership lots are now overflowing with unsold Ford Explorers. In an effort to move old stock and make room for newer models, many dealerships have been forced to slash prices, offer steep discounts, and introduce aggressive financing incentives. Some dealerships have begun offering discounts of up to 20 or even 30% just to clear their inventory. Despite these deep discounts, many buyers remain hesitant. With rising interest rates and economic uncertainty, consumers are being more cautious about large financial commitments, and the Ford Explorer no longer stands out as a must-buy option. Unless Ford takes drastic action to improve reliability, lower prices, and add more innovative features, the Explorer risks fading into obscurity as competitors continue to capture market share. But if you think that is bad, wait until you see the model that lost nearly half its value in just 2 years. Ford F-250. This truck has been a staple for construction workers, contractors, and ranchers who demand rugged reliability. At its peak, demand for the Ford F-250 was so high that some buyers were willing to pay well over $150,000 for fully loaded models. However, those days are long gone, and now dealerships are struggling to sell these once coveted trucks. One of the biggest issues facing the Ford F-250 is the fallout from the supply chain crisis. When vehicle production was limited due to chip shortages and manufacturing delays, dealerships took advantage of the high demand and slapped massive markups on these trucks. Buyers, desperate to secure one, paid far more than the manufacturer's suggested retail price, believing that supply shortages would last for years. Unfortunately, that assumption backfired. Now that supply chains have normalized and new models are rolling in, the artificially inflated values have come crashing down. The depreciation of the Ford F-250 has been staggering. Trucks that once sold for $150,000 or more are now worth less than half of that on the used market. Many buyers who financed their purchases at peak pricing are now deeply underwater on their loans. Some owners still owe over $100,000 on a truck that is now valued at $60,000 or less. This kind of negative equity is making it nearly impossible for owners to trade in their trucks without taking a massive financial hit. Adding to the problem, rising interest rates have made financing a new Ford F-250 incredibly expensive. Buyers who might have considered upgrading to a new model are now backing out, realizing that their monthly payments would be astronomically high. Some dealerships have tried to combat this by offering 0% financing promotions, but even that has not been enough to attract buyers. Beyond financial challenges, the Ford F-250 is facing stiff competition. Heavy-duty truck buyers have more options than ever, with General Motors, Ram, and Toyota offering comparable models with better long-term reliability. Ford has been plagued by quality control issues, and many potential buyers are looking elsewhere for a truck that will hold its value and require fewer costly repairs over time. Dealerships are now in a desperate race to move inventory. Some have slashed prices by tens of thousands of dollars, while others are offering massive cash rebates to anyone willing to take a Ford F-250 off their hands. Despite these efforts, sales remain slow, and many buyers are still waiting for prices to drop even further before making a move. Unless Ford can restore confidence in its heavy-duty truck lineup, the Ford F-250 will continue to struggle, leaving dealerships with lots full of unsold inventory. The days of buyers paying outrageous markups for this truck are over, and now Ford is paying the price for its pricing mistakes. And if you thought the Ford F-250 was overpriced, the next one had buyers paying outrageous markups, and now it is sitting on dealership lots collecting dust. Ford Bronco. When Ford announced the revival of this iconic model, excitement surged to unprecedented levels. Buyers rushed to dealerships, eager to claim their piece of automotive history, willing to pay far above the manufacturer's suggested retail price just to get behind the wheel. However, what started as a thrilling comeback story has now turned into a nightmare for many Bronco owners, as reliability issues, plummeting resale values, and dealership struggles have tarnished its once glorious reputation. During its peak hype, the Ford Bronco was commanding eye-watering prices. Some fully loaded models soared past $85,000, with eager customers paying significant markups above the manufacturer's suggested retail price to secure their dream vehicle. The fear of missing out fueled bidding wars, with buyers convinced that the Bronco was an investment that would hold its value or even appreciate over time. But reality hit hard, and today, the value of many Ford Broncos has nosedived, leaving owners in financial distress. Some 2022 Ford Bronco models are now worth less than half of their original purchase price, a staggering depreciation rate that has shocked both buyers and industry analysts alike. Owners who once saw their Bronco as a prized possession are now struggling to sell their vehicles without taking substantial losses. The problem has become so severe that trade-ins for the Bronco have slowed dramatically, further clogging dealership inventories with unsold models. Beyond its resale value struggles, the Ford Bronco has also suffered from widespread reliability concerns. The reintroduced model has faced an alarming number of recalls, covering critical components such as the engine, transmission, and electrical systems. Buyers who expected an adventure-ready off-road vehicle found themselves frequently visiting service centers instead. These persistent mechanical issues have led to a growing number of frustrated customers, many of whom are now hesitant to invest in a brand that seems unable to resolve these problems. The competition has not made things easier for the Bronco either. Vehicles like the Toyota 4Runner and the Jeep Wrangler continue to dominate the off-road segment, offering proven reliability and stronger resale value. Many potential buyers who initially considered the Bronco are now opting for these alternatives, further contributing to Ford's inventory backlog. As the market continues to shift, dealerships are facing mounting pressure to clear out their growing stock of unsold Ford Broncos. In response, they have introduced aggressive discounts and financing incentives to lure hesitant buyers. Some dealerships are offering substantial rebates, while others have rolled out zero-interest financing promotions to make the Bronco more appealing. Despite these efforts, many customers remain wary, fearing further depreciation and the ongoing reliability issues that have plagued the model since its reintroduction. For those considering purchasing a Ford Bronco, the risks are becoming increasingly apparent. While steep discounts may make it an attractive deal on paper, the uncertainty surrounding its long-term reliability and resale value makes it a risky investment. Unless Ford takes significant steps to address these concerns, the Bronco's reputation may continue to decline, leaving more dealerships with unsold inventory and more owners with vehicles worth far less than they anticipated. But if off-road vehicles are not your thing, the next one proves even the best-selling trucks are not safe from this crisis. Ford F-150. This full-size pickup has dominated the American truck market for decades, earning a reputation for unmatched versatility, powerful towing capacity, and rugged durability that makes it a go-to choice for work, adventure, and everyday driving. However, despite its legacy of dominance, the Ford F-150 is now at the center of a growing crisis, as depreciation, financing burdens, and changing market conditions have left dealerships struggling to offload their massive inventory. At the peak of demand, the Ford F-150 was being sold with outrageous markups. Supply chain disruptions, combined with heightened demand for new vehicles, allowed dealerships to impose market adjustments that pushed prices far beyond what consumers expected. Many buyers found themselves paying as much as $15,000 to $20,000 over the manufacturer's suggested retail price, believing that the scarcity of trucks would persist for years. However, as supply has normalized and demand has softened, those inflated prices are now coming back to haunt both dealerships and consumers. Today, the Ford F-150 is experiencing one of the most dramatic depreciation rates in the industry. Trucks that were purchased for as much as $85,000 just a few years ago are now worth significantly less, often fetching resale values around $38,000. This rapid decline has left many owners trapped in negative equity, owing tens of thousands of dollars more on their loans than their vehicles are currently worth. This situation has created a financial disaster for many truck owners who had planned to trade in their vehicles for newer models. Instead of upgrading, they are now stuck with loans they can no longer afford or trucks that are worth far less than expected. This has led to a major slowdown in trade-ins, further exacerbating the inventory backlog at dealerships. Without a steady stream of trade-ins fueling new purchases, sales of the Ford F-150 have stalled, forcing dealerships to take drastic measures to attract buyers. In an attempt to move inventory, dealerships are rolling out unprecedented discounts, rebates, and financing incentives. Some have introduced zero-interest financing promotions, while others have slashed prices by thousands of dollars just to entice buyers back to the showroom. Despite these efforts, hesitation remains high among potential customers, many of whom fear further depreciation and high ownership costs. Another key factor contributing to the Ford F-150's struggles is the overall shift in consumer preferences. With rising fuel prices and increasing interest in electric and hybrid alternatives, many buyers are reconsidering their need for a full-size gas-powered pickup. Competitors like the Chevrolet Silverado, the Ram 1500, and even Ford's own electric Lightning variant are drawing attention away from the traditional F-150, adding to the difficulties dealerships face in selling existing inventory. For those in the market for a Ford F-150, the current crisis presents both an opportunity and a risk. On one hand, dealerships are offering some of the most aggressive pricing strategies in years, making it possible to secure a significant discount on a brand new truck. On the other hand, the risk of continued depreciation and financial instability remains a pressing concern. Buyers must carefully weigh the long-term implications before making a purchase, as the uncertainty surrounding truck values could lead to further losses down the road. But if you thought full-size trucks were struggling, this next Ford Sport utility vehicle went from popular to forgotten almost overnight. Ford Edge. Once considered as one of Ford's most reliable and well-rounded sport utility vehicles, The Ford Edge has steadily lost its appeal in recent years. Initially praised for its spacious interior, smooth ride, and practical design, it once held a competitive position among mid-size sport utility vehicles. However, as the market has evolved and consumer expectations have shifted, the Edge has been left behind, unable to keep pace with more modern alternatives. The lack of significant updates has made this vehicle an increasingly difficult sell, and now dealerships across the country are struggling to move unsold inventory. One of the biggest challenges facing the Ford Edge is its aging design. While competitors have embraced new platforms, sleeker aesthetics, and more advanced engineering, the Edge has remained relatively unchanged for nearly an entire decade. Many modern sport utility vehicles now boast cutting-edge features, higher fuel efficiency, and enhanced driving dynamics, while the Edge remains stuck in the past. This stagnation has made it difficult for the vehicle to stand out in an increasingly competitive market where buyers demand fresh innovation. Adding to its struggles, the Ford Edge lacks any form of hybrid or electric powertrain option, making it significantly less appealing to today's environmentally conscious buyers. With more manufacturers pushing toward electrification and hybrid technology, Ford's decision to keep the Edge as a purely gasoline-powered vehicle has limited its market reach. Competitors like the Hyundai Santa Fe and Toyota Highlander offer hybrid and plug-in hybrid variants, giving buyers more fuel-efficient and eco-friendly alternatives. With fuel prices fluctuating and concerns about emissions growing, consumers are looking for options that help them save money in the long run. And unfortunately, the Edge does not provide that advantage. Dealerships across the country are now feeling the pressure as Edge inventory continues to pile up. The longer these vehicles sit on the lot, the more desperate dealers become to sell them. In response, many have introduced aggressive discount strategies, offering price cuts of up to 20% or more on brand new models. Cash rebates, low-interest financing deals, and other incentives are becoming commonplace as dealerships try to move these units before they lose even more value. However, even with these discounts, consumer interest remains lukewarm, as many buyers prefer newer and more advanced alternatives. Perhaps the most significant factor contributing to the Ford Edge's struggles is Ford's overall reputation for reliability and quality control. Over the years, Ford has faced numerous recalls and warranty issues across multiple models, earning an unfortunate reputation as one of the most recall-prone automakers. The Edge itself has not been immune to these problems, with reports of transmission issues, electrical malfunctions, and braking system concerns surfacing over the years. These persistent quality issues have made potential buyers hesitant, as many fear costly repairs and long-term reliability problems. Despite these challenges, there is still an opportunity for buyers looking for a spacious, well-equipped sport utility vehicle at a deep discount. For those willing to overlook its aging platform and lack of electrification, the Ford Edge can still serve as a practical option, especially with the significant incentives currently available. However, with Ford shifting its focus toward newer models and electric vehicles, the future of the Edge remains uncertain. Unless major updates are introduced, it may soon become yet another forgotten nameplate in Ford's history. But Ford's problems are not just about aging models. This next one is brand new, yet dealers still cannot move it. Ford Mustang Mach-E. As a fully electric sport utility vehicle bearing the iconic Mustang name, it was expected to be a game changer. Ford positioned it as a direct competitor to the Tesla Model Y, aiming to capture a significant share of the growing electric vehicle market. However, despite initial excitement, the Mustang Mach-E has struggled to live up to expectations. And now, Ford dealerships are finding it increasingly difficult to sell. One of the biggest challenges facing the Mustang Mach-E is the relentless competition from Tesla. The Tesla Model Y, which remains the best-selling electric sport utility vehicle in the world, has continued to dominate the market with frequent software updates, a highly efficient powertrain, and an extensive charging network. Tesla's aggressive price cuts in recent years have only added to Ford's woes, making the Mustang Mach-E appear overpriced in comparison. With Tesla's ability to continuously adjust pricing based on market demand, Ford has found itself in a difficult position, unable to compete on price without significantly cutting into its margins. Another major factor hindering the Mustang Mach-E's success is buyer hesitation regarding charging infrastructure. While Tesla owners benefit from an extensive and highly reliable charging network, Ford customers must rely on a patchwork of third-party chargers, which can vary in availability and performance. The lack of a seamless charging experience has made some buyers think twice before committing to the Mustang Mach-E, especially those who are new to electric vehicles and are concerned about charging accessibility. Resale value concerns have also played a role in dampening demand for the Mustang Mach-E. Historically, electric vehicles have experienced faster depreciation compared to their gasoline-powered counterparts, and the Mustang Mach-E is no exception. Some early adopters have reported significant losses in resale value within just a few years of ownership. This uncertainty about long-term value has made potential buyers cautious, especially those who prefer vehicles that hold their worth over time. In response to these challenges, Ford has implemented a series of aggressive price cuts and incentives to stimulate sales. Some dealerships are offering discounts of several $1,000s on brand new Mustang Mach-E models, while others are rolling out special financing options to make the vehicle more affordable. In certain cases, Ford has even offered low-interest or zero-interest financing for qualified buyers. While these efforts have helped to some extent, they have not been enough to significantly boost demand. The Ford Mustang Mach-E still has potential, especially as the electric vehicle market continues to grow. It offers a stylish design, a well-equipped interior, and respectable driving range options. However, until Ford can address concerns related to charging infrastructure, pricing, and resale value, it will continue to struggle against more established competitors. For now, dealerships are left with an increasing number of unsold units, hoping that further price reductions and improved market conditions will help move inventory. And finally, the number one model that Ford dealerships are absolutely desperate to sell right now: Ford Escape. For years, the Ford Escape stood as one of the most popular compact sport utility vehicles on the market, winning over drivers with its versatile design, fuel efficiency, and comfortable ride. However, despite its strong reputation in the past, the Ford Escape is now struggling to attract buyers, and the reasons behind its decline are becoming increasingly apparent. While the model still offers a comfortable ride and modern features, it has been overshadowed by its competition and is failing to keep up with market demands. The once best-selling compact sport utility vehicle now sits largely ignored on dealership lots, forcing sellers to drastically slash prices just to clear out their inventory. One of the biggest reasons behind the Escape's struggles is the rapid evolution of the compact sport utility vehicle segment. Over the past few years, automakers such as Toyota, Honda, and Hyundai have aggressively updated their sport utility vehicles, adding hybrid options, improved technology, and enhanced safety features. While these manufacturers continue to innovate, Ford has been slow to make major changes to the Escape, leaving it feeling outdated in comparison. Take the Toyota RAV4, for example. It comes in a hybrid and plug-in hybrid variant, giving consumers an option for better fuel efficiency, a crucial factor as gasoline prices fluctuate. The Honda CR-V also offers a hybrid powertrain, with a reputation for long-term reliability and strong resale value. Even newer competitors, such as the Hyundai Tucson and Mazda CX-5, bring more aggressive styling, premium interiors, and advanced driver assistance systems to the table. In contrast, the Ford Escape has not seen a significant update in years, and its lack of a dedicated hybrid or plug-in hybrid lineup puts it at a major disadvantage. While Ford does offer a hybrid Escape, it has not been heavily marketed, and consumers rarely associate the Escape name with fuel efficiency, unlike its competitors. Beyond the lack of innovation, another major issue hurting the Escape is Ford's overall reputation for reliability. Over the past decade, Ford has been plagued by recalls, earning the unfortunate nickname of the Recall King. Many buyers are hesitant to purchase Ford vehicles because they fear potential mechanical issues, expensive repairs, and frequent warranty claims. The Escape in particular has had a history of transmission issues and electrical system malfunctions, further dampening consumer confidence. Even if potential buyers are still interested in the Ford Escape, Rising interest rates are making it much harder to finance. As the cost of borrowing increases, monthly payments for new vehicles have reached record highs, making affordability a major concern for consumers. When forced to choose between a higher-priced, outdated model and a newer, more efficient competitor, buyers are gravitating toward sport utility vehicles that offer better long-term value. Ford dealerships are now desperate to offload unsold Escape models, leading to some of the biggest discounts ever seen on this vehicle. Many dealerships are offering cash rebates, 0% financing, and extended warranties in an effort to attract customers. In some areas, buyers have reported discounts of up to 20% off the manufacturer's suggested retail price, a clear sign that dealers are struggling to move inventory. However, even with these incentives, consumers remain hesitant. The combination of poor resale value, outdated features, and Ford's reliability concerns has many shoppers looking elsewhere. For those who do take advantage of the Escape's steep discounts, the question remains whether it is truly a good deal or just a temporary bargain that could lead to headaches down the road. So there you have it. Ford dealerships are begging customers to buy these models before prices drop even further. If you are in the market for a new sport utility vehicle, this might be your best chance to score a huge discount. However, before making a decision, it is important to weigh the risks. The Ford Escape may be cheaper than ever, but is it truly worth it? Should you buy now, or will prices continue to drop even further? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.